guys, Happy New Year. Oh my God. So thankful that we all saw the new year together. How was the holiday? I hope you enjoyed your Christmas and your New Year break. I hope you rested well. I hope you bonded with your families. You also had time for some self-reflection and try to plan for the new year, right? If you didn't do that part, the planning for the new year, I got you. That's why we're here. Anyways, welcome to the Millennial Chronicles. If you're here, my for the first time, my name is Ayola Miposi, but you can call me Ayo or Ayola. It's fine. Anyways, on this channel, we talk about branding, lifestyle, career, and if you've been following my page on Instagram, I've actually included new things that I'm also talking about. So I won't let the cat out of the bag here. So you need to go and follow my Instagram page to find out about the new things that I've been sharing in this new year, right? My Instagram handle is at the Millennial Chronicles, at the Millennial underscore Chronicles. So there's some things that I won't get to talk about on the channel that to be on my Instagram page, and some things that I won't talk about on my Instagram page that will be strictly for the channel, like today's content. So please make sure you follow me on Instagram and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please tell more people about my channel so that they can, also enjoy the lovely content you're enjoying. So, today's episode I'll be talking about planning for the new year, right? Setting goals and especially financial planning. So I did a poll on my page and a lot of people were, I asked them what they would like me to talk about, and a lot of people talked about setting goals and financial planning, and also I should recommend apps or platforms or pages that I follow for savings and investments ideas. Right, so all of that I would address in this video. But first, before you set goals for the year, you actually need to take stock of the previous year, right? What did you do? What did you do right? How did you do it? What didn't work? What went wrong? Like just do a SWOT analysis. In marketing, there's something called SWOT analysis, right? You do your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities, and your threats before you can even say you want to set a new goal. You need to know where you're coming from, and then the things you need to do to do better in the new year. And one thing again about setting goals is it's okay to carry over goals from the previous day. I mean, some goals are even constant. For instance, fitness goal, health and wellness. You have to eat right. You have to drink water. You have to, exercise. All of that. Your medical checkups. There are things you do every year. There are things you do every time. Actually, it's not even you don't need to even say, oh, I'll do it. Like is a goal for last year. I won't do it this new year. No. So those are goals that are constant, right? Now, so before you set any goals, it's important that you know that you have to set what we call SMART goals, right? SMART goals. And what's the definition of SMART goals? You have your specific, it has to be very specific, right? So, for instance, you cannot say, oh, I want to gain weight in the new year. Like it's quite vague. You need to break it down. Like you need to be very specific. What's the target? What's the extra kg you want to add? You want to gain extra 10 kg, right? And then you now write down the steps on how to achieve that goal. So your goal needs to be very specific. It needs to be measurable. Like, okay, so I want to gain 10 kg weight. How do I measure it? Do you get what's the how do I measure it? So it's something that you can measure. Don't set goals that will be difficult for you to measure, right? And another thing is achievable. It has to be something you can achieve. For instance, I set myself that I want to read 12 books this year. There are 12 months in 12 months in the year. It means I'll read one book per month. For me, that is achievable. If I say I want to read 36 books or 100 books, I'm lying to myself. Is not achievable. And another thing again is that your goals have to be realistic. Your goals also have to be time bound. You cannot set a goal that is just infinite. You don't have any time set for it. If you want to add 10 kg, is it like between now and December, or is it a goal for Q1, or is it a 6 months goal? Right, you have to set time to it. So that's how you set your goals. Now, You don't have to set goals that are too many and impossible for you to achieve. That will be a challenge. Your goals have to be they don't have to be too many, right? So for instance, maybe you've identified 5 areas of your life. Number one, your spiritual life, your career life, your health and fitness, what else is there? For those that are into business, to be career or business, right? If you're a student, you can add education to it, right? So maybe you're not working, so yours might be education, so career or business, right? Another one might be lifestyle. So for someone that maybe you want to travel more this year, you want to go on vacation, whatever it is, that's the goal. You might say, oh, this year I want to visit 5 states in Nigeria, right? And then maybe you want to say 1 state per quarter or 2 states per quarter. So you set it. So you can, if you identify maybe 4 or 5 areas of life that you want to set your goals, right? In each of these areas, so that you're not overwhelmed, you might just want to pick maximum 2 goals or maybe 3 goals, but it shouldn't be too many. For instance, my career goal, right? I know I am what I want to achieve, right? So it might just be one thing I want to achieve in my career. Then I will now break it down into steps. It's one goal, but I'll break it down into steps. Number one, getting a mentor. Number two, reading books. Number three, I've already told you I want to read 12 books in this year. So I already set the time for me, so it's measurable and it's achievable. Number three, I want to okay, so to achieve that goal, I also want to attend industry events, right? So it means that any marketing or advertising event that I know that would benefit me, I would attend, right? So I've been able to identify that one goal, and I've been able to write down steps to achieve that goal. So I'm holding myself accountable, and then it's easy for me to to measure it. Because ideally, when you're doing your goal writing and vision boarding, you should actually do it with someone, a trusted person. So for me, I did mine with my husband. So we actually had like so it was a review and vision board set meeting. We had it 29th of December, right? So we reviewed the year 2023, what worked, what didn't work, what we did, what we didn't do right, how we can improve. We were grateful for the things that worked, the things that didn't work, we were grateful as well. We took lessons. Sometimes maybe we over projected and it didn't happen. It's okay to dream big, don't get me wrong. Like in writing your goals, dream big. God can exceed your expectation, but there are also things that are within your control, that if you can do those things, then it will be left for God to do his own path. Do you get what I mean? Exactly. So for instance, maybe you want to get a new job, and maybe one way that can help you get that easily is to acquire a degree or a certification, right? And you've done that and you excelled brilliantly. However, the new job didn't come. So you've done your own path, but the other part that is not within your control is probably the reason why you were not able to achieve that goal. So that's okay, right? So mostly when you're taking stock of things that didn't work, you're looking at it from the point of view of what I didn't do well, or what I did not do at all, or maybe I didn't take advantage of opportunities, something like that. So get an accountability partner. So if you're married, your spouse, might be should be, or maybe your accountability partner. I don't know what works in your own. And if you're not married, I'm sure you have a trusted friend or a sibling, someone that you plan together and you both trust each other, and there is no envy or jealousy or something of sort amongst you two. So you have that when you're setting your goal. So I did said that first you need to identify the different areas of your life, right? And write maximum 2 goals, and those 2 goals, break them down into steps. So you have your spiritual, you have your career or business or education, you have your health or wellness or fitness, whatever you want to call it. You have your lifestyle, different. Everybody knows what areas of life they want to really write. And then you have your financial goal, which is the crux of today's meeting. So for finance, so when my husband and I were doing our review, one of the things that we realized was that, so for me personally, I use my note on my iPhone, the note feature on my iPhone, to do my budget planning, right? Because I'm a salary earner, right? I already know what comes to me at the end of every month. So at the beginning of that month, I've written down the pay and how I'm going to spend it. So but because it's on my phone and it's not in an Excel sheet format where it automatically calculates as you're imputing the figures. I lost track of some expenses. Some expenses I didn't impute, some I lost track of, and at the end of the day, I was not able to, have a granular view of how I spent my money. I got an holistic view of how I spent my money, what I spent my money on the most, right? How I invested my money, what platforms I did, but a granular view would, break it down better for me to know, okay, my spend pattern, my habits, how it would be more detailed than just using a note on your phone. And so I developed this budget templates. I'm sure if you go online you'll find different budget templates, but there's this budget template that I developed. I would it's an Excel sheet. I would put the link in my Instagram bio. So if you watch this video, you now have to go to Instagram and click the link to download it in case it's something you like. You can also edit it to suit, your own needs or whatever. You can develop your own template, but this is just an example and an easy to use template, right? So you already know what your income is. You know what your expenses are, right? There are different rules. Some people will tell you there is the 40 30 30 rule, or there is the 40, divide it anyhow you want. Just make sure that there's an amount that goes to your expenses. There's an amount that's your daily expenses or your monthly expenses, your light bill, your water bill, and there's an amount that goes to savings. So now for savings, you have different buckets, right? So you have the ones that go to your long-term investment, those investments that you're not going to break in the next 5-10 years. You have the one that goes to your short-term investment, right? And then you have the ones that your emergency funds, right? So I've been hearing about emergency fund. I actually thought I do save for emergency funds, right? But I realized that my emergency fund is maybe someone is having an event and they didn't tell me on time, right? And then by the time they told me, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to buy an Ashrabi or gift them. So that's what I use that money for. But I realized that emergency fund is not for those kind of needs. Your emergency fund is for instance, let's say you're out of a job, right? You're out of a job. That money is supposed to be what would sort of cushion the effect of that job loss pending when you get another job. So you should be able to cover for at least your day-to-day needs, your feeding, your transportation until you get another job. So there are apps. First, one platform that I use to gain insight on financial planning is Money Africa. The founder is Tosin Olasende, right? So you can follow her as well on Instagram and on Twitter. So they share a lot of financial planning tips. They also have a community where people that are interested would, join to, gain more knowledge, insight as to how they can plan their finances and all of that. So you can do well to follow them. I'm sure everyone is aware of Piggyvest. Piggyvest is one app that it helps you with savings, especially for short and mid-term savings. You can lock your money for a period of time using the safe lock option. That's the piggy bank, and then there's the flex that you can withdraw at any time, but then the money is there. So you can use the safe lock option for your emergency fund because it's not something you're supposed to need in the immediate. I mean, all things being equal, it is for emergencies, as the name implies. There's a new app that I also stumbled on. It's Ladder. It's owned by Piggyverse, but I think I like it. If you use the Ladder app, it actually even helps to break down how to arrive at your emergency fund. So it tells you based on your income and based on your monthly spend. It helps to calculate how much your emergency fund should be. So when you use this budget planning sheet, right, it helps you to determine how much goes into what. So it also helps to you don't just spend based on impulse, because before your money comes in, you've already done your budgeting, right? Before your money comes in, you've done your budgeting, and because you're so you've planned for that money before it comes in. There's something my mom tells me: don't ever spend money that you've not seen, right? So because you've planned for it on paper, so even though you've not seen the money, by the time the money comes in, right, and you're imputing it, you will know that anything that is not planned for on paper will probably have to wait till the next month. You don't like need to stress yourself about it. You'll have to wait till the next month. And one good tip that you should use, actually, whether you're planning for your finances, for all your goals, in fact, don't wait till the end of the year to review them. No, that's trouble in waiting. Don't wait till the end of 6 months, when we've done half year and we're counting down to the remaining half of the year before you review your goals. No, make sure you review them every month. Your budget sheet, as you've spent for that month, please, my brother, my sister, review it. You would know if you actually stick to what you've written down, or if you went overboard, and you start cautioning yourself, you start adjusting yourself. And it's okay to say no if you've not planned for an expenses and you know that your income cannot accommodate it. It's very okay to say no. Very, very okay to say no. So even as you're increasing your finances, you get more streams of income, still reduce your expenses. Because I think a lot of us have this mindset of, if I'm earning more, I'm making more, now I can now increase my expense, my standard of living can now go up. That's not true. The cost of living has gone up, right? What we are paying for last year is not what I think towards the end of last year, I still bought egg for like maybe 2.8 or something. I bought egg today now and it's 3,000 something. So even if my income has increased, right, my cost of living has also gone up. And so I cannot say I want to live above don't do that. So make sure that you cut your cost even as you're increasing your income, right? And review your goals every month, so that way you know what to change, what you don't need to change, and what you still need help for. And be disciplined, be very disciplined. Like, always pray for strength to be disciplined. Speak about it, be very disciplined, right? I know that a lot of us have a lot of energy at the beginning of the year, and by the time it's halfway, all the energy has gone, and then we find ourselves relaxing, we've relapsed. Please, no, don't do that. And most importantly, make sure you have your vision board. I have mine. I can't share, of course, but make sure you have your vision board, right? All of that goals. Find pictures that represent where you're going, the things you want to achieve. Put them together and paste it in your bedroom. Paste it in a place where when you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you see. There's something about when you see something, when you're able to visualize something, it makes the goal clearer and closer for you to achieve. Say, for instance, I want to buy a red car, right? I've put the image of that car in my room. Every time I go out, my subconscious will start picking only red cars on the road, and I'll be like, how come there are more red cars on the road than any other color? It's because that's what my subconscious has registered, right? So the more you visualize your goal, you're able to meditate on them more, and you're able to see them. And most importantly, pray on your goals. Like, before you even write anything down, pray. Our goals have to be inspired by the Holy Spirit, so that we don't run in circles. We don't move in circles and not make progress. So pray before you write down your goals. So today, that's what we'll be talking about. I have more videos that I'll be dropping this year by God's grace. It's also my birthday month, by the way. I'm counting down. It's 2 weeks. By the time this video is out, it will be 1 day minus 2 weeks. Anyways, so of course I have a lot of things in store for you. Birthday vlog will be coming out. Do you remember birthday vlog from last year? You guys. Anyways, so much to talk about. So please, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you have any questions in the comments on this video, I'll be in the comment section. Please shoot, I would answer. If you want to DM me, please do. I would respond, right? I will attach this budget sheet, right? And please, you can check all those platforms I talked about. Money Africa, they share about different kind of investments, savings, plans, and all of that, so you can get more. Also follow, there's also someone else I follow, I think Wealth Molly. I'm not sure I got that handle correct, but it's on Instagram, right? So we increase our knowledge, and then you can also read books. Read. You can travel to places by reading books. You can be Dangote in your mind by reading books, and by the time you can conceive it in your mind, it's just a matter of time to become your reality. So I'm wishing us a wonderful 2024. I'm wishing you a healthy 2024. I'm wishing you a successful 2024. I'm wishing you a prosperous 2024. I'm wishing you a disciplined 2024. I'm wishing you an audacious year. This year, we are going to have audacity. We are going to launch into new territories that we've never launched before. We're going to take that leap of faith. We're going to, what's the worst that will happen? They will say no, right? Yeah. We're going to take that step of faith. We're going to be very audacious this year, right? You're going to say no. I'm going to do this. I have the capacity to do it. You're going to push beyond your limits. You prophesy it, and there's another thing again that I also started doing this year is confessions. Make sure you have your daily confessions. Make sure you have your daily confessions. One of the spiritual goals for my home is we have our daily confession. So we have a theme for the month. Based on that theme, we have a Bible verse that speaks to that theme, and then we write down a confession based on that theme and the Bible verse, and we confess it every day. We do that, every month. So we confess it every day. We confess it. What I confess is what I become. Take it or leave it. What I confess, as long as it proceeds out of my mouth, it becomes my reality. And that is why you have to be extremely careful what you say, even as a joke, especially as a joke. Be careful. And even when people say it to you, you tell them, oh no, that's not my reality. Whether they are joking or not, oh no, that's not my reality. Respectfully, that's not my reality. I don't want that. So this year, we are going all out, and the grace of God will be upon us. Please like, comment, tell your loved ones to subscribe. There's so much to come from us. Bye.